Drax! About Gamora.
Can this not wait, Peter Quill? I am readying my body for battle.
You know we're supposed to capture this monster, right? Not kill it?
Of course. But I suspect it will not go down without a fight.
Cool it, Muscles. Lady Hellbender ain't gonna buy damaged goods.
I will aim to preserve the integrity of the beast as best I can.
Good. So, Drax, excited to meet our buyer after we catch the monster?
Of course! Lady Hellbender is a legendary warrior, and a noble queen.
And she's rich.
That is not a prowess, simply a commercial fact.
As long as she buys her monster, she doesn't need to be royalty.
You are jealous of her status.
No thanks! Being a queen means being born with a target on your back!
Kinda like the one on yours.
This moment of quiet reminds me of the legendary siege of Seknarf 7.
Oh, not again.
It is said that Lady Hellbender held her breath through 10 moons while riding across the stars on the back of a great horned beast. And when she arrived...
She exhaled, and the wind blew away the Shatari.
Indeed, it did.
If he realized it didn't make no sense, he wouldn't be telling it. Whoa! Look! Yellow and blue! Looks like an old Nova Corps frigate. Nice!
Come on, dude. People probably died on that ship.
Killjoy, why do you even bring us here if the place is so sacred? I can name at least a dozen planets with monsters on them, so why here? You think it's to impress Gamora? Like, hey, check out the serious intel I got from, shady sources.
Flat broke, Rocket. We need a big break. Aren't you tired of eating yarrow root?
It's so... mealy.
Listen, this is a restricted zone. Whatever monster lives here, nobody else has one.
Lady Hellbender values rarity in her acquisitions.
Exactly.
Hey, Drax, what makes you so sure this Hell Lady is gonna buy our monster?
Her name is Lady Hellbender, and her collection of rare creatures is outdone only by the wealth she showers on those who procure them.
You fall into another hole, Quill?
I'm, assessing stuff.
If all else fails, shoot something! Any bets on what this monster's gonna look like? How many legs? Like, more than 4?
It will be majestic.
What does that look like?
We shall see.
How do we know the monster we're looking for ain't one of these things we already killed?
If it were worthy of Lady Hellbender's collection, it would not die so easily.
Hope we know this thing when we see it and not after we stomped it.
So, Drax, how come you're so in love with this Hellbender lady?
I do not love Lady Hellbender.
Yeah, shouldn't you be all like, her name is illogical, you cannot bend hell?
That does not at all resemble me.
Groot's wondering if the reward's gonna be worth all the risk we're taking for this job. Me and Groot are nearly unkillable, but what if the rest of you don't make it out alive? If the two of us gotta lug that monster all the way to Lady Hellbender...
Guys, this job is a huge deal. It's for the freaking Monster Queen of Seknarf 9. She just doesn't know it yet. We pull this off, and we're...
Lady Hellbender's intergalactic monster anglers?
I do prefer that name, but the acronym is unwieldy.
No. We're still the Guardians of the Galaxy, but people will know that name means quality. We'll have clients competing to hire us, people bigger than Lady Hellbender.
That is doubtful.
Rocket?
Perhaps he has located our monster.
We don't even know what it looks like. The intel was extremely vague.
It wasn't vague, it was rushed. It's probably some cute little...
Nightmarish abomination.
Lady Hellbender is a renowned warrior. An ideal specimen would reflect that strength.
Like I said, something scary.
I disagree. Strength is endearing. My little Camaria and her mother Hovat were two of the strongest people who ever lived.
Maybe we would have gotten along.
Certainly not.
I bet it's something cute. Women dig the cute stuff, right?
Yes. All women in the entire universe get weak in the knees when they see something fluffy.
Lady Hellbender is an exceptional female. She would desire only the most worthy of pets.
You've never seen a baby otter playing with its hands.
I cannot refute this. Once we deliver her prize, Lady Hellbender could become an influential ally.
How so?
They say that the mere mention of her name can End a negotiation.
You want to turn the Guardians of the Galaxy into an extortion racket?
No. I want people to offer us bigger tasks because they fear her wrath.
Same thing, Drax.
Ah. Our monster has arrived!
I see it.
Good. Oh, crap, the door, That works. Let's catch our monster. Hey, that thing's fast!
Don't let it get behind you. It could be poisonous.
Lady Hellbender will pay extra if it is poisonous.
What the flark is that?
Definitely not a monster.
Adorable. It's more matted than an Asgardian goat.
We cannot present this pathetic creature to the Monster Queen of Sector 9. She will laugh at us.
Maybe we can use it as bait.
I knew those thumpers wouldn't work.
Sell Groot? I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He's cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage. Monster Queen would pay a great sum for such a creature.
Really? How great?
How are you okay with this?
Because I know what I am. And I know what he ain't. We're not seriously flying into that.
They say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather. Anyways, I'm sure it looks worse than it is.
I thought you'd be thrilled to finally set foot on Seknarf 9 tracks, but you're awfully composed.
In other circumstances, I would be thrilled. But we will humiliate ourselves by trying to sell sentient lumber to Lady Hellbender.
Don't she like lumber? What about the legend of her mighty battle axe?
She possesses a number of weapons, and not all axes are meant to cut down trees.
The lady won't hurt you either way, Groot. I'll make sure of that.
Okay, here we go.
I ever mentioned how much I hate rain?
Hellbender's castle isn't even that far!
That is not a castle, it is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer! We'll figure it out on the way!
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good! We've already got a beast! All that's left is the merchant part!
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing! Right?
The fact you ain't sure don't bode so good. Drax neglected to mention this buyer lived in the middle of a flarkin' monsoon!
It was not pertinent to our task.
Can we at least wait it out in the Milano?
We're not wasting time with that Nova Tracker counting down.
The brisk air is charged with life. It is truly invigorating.
Dark and stormy suits your demeanor.
Naturally, hostile surroundings breed ardent warriors.
I'll take the beaches of Alfheim any day.
That was way too close!
Well played, Lady Hellbender! Behold! Lady Hellbender's domain, in all its glory.
Looks like a bunch of noodle bowls. Great. Now I'm hungry.
We got this! Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Agreed. We must face Lady Hellbender's rage head on!
Almost sounds like you want to get hit by lightning.
I would not expect a Chitauri trader to understand the underlying value.
The underlying value of getting killed?
Of being direct, you child of subterfuge.
What is your problem?
Lady Hellbender scoffs upon duplicity and dishonor. Your reputation is why she tests us. Blow your worst, monstrous queen!
You know she can't control the weather, right? She's just a person.
Can we refocus here? We're here to trick some lady, not kill each other.
She's not just some lady. Lady Hellbender's a known warrior.
And a queen!
And stinking rich.
Exactly! She's a stinking rich warrior queen businesswoman, and she won't be able to resist a good deal. Same as us.
Perhaps some of us.
If Lady H is so powerful, why does she live on this scuttball?
Seknarf 9 is her ancestral home. A concept you are clearly unfamiliar with, Abomination.
Where you're from ain't what matters, meathead.
It matters to Lady Hellbender.
It'd be a whole lot drier if we went through the jungle below.
And lose sight of the fortress? Trust me, this is better.
You know what's better? Landing at the Flarking Fortress!
Traversal proves our worthiness to consort with Lady Hellbender.
I thought our monster was supposed to prove our worthiness.
It would have had we not foolishly chosen to sell the tree.
Flarkin' storm!
Let the winds invigorate you. They remind me of a fine Catathian gale.
If this is the weather on Katath, then keep me off of Katath!
On Katath, my daughter Camaria and I would fly great kites in ferocious winds much like these.
Not the best parental instincts, this one.
I think it's a sweet story.
Yeah? Well, it don't end sweet. Daughter's dead. Storms suck. These Dastan mushrooms all look the same. Mushrooms, fungi, whatever the scut they are. I'm getting all turned around on these things.
We must proceed in the direction of Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Right, like it's that simple. Just me, or is the storm actually getting worse?
Lady Hellbender is angry this day.
She doesn't control the weather!
Perhaps these were sent by Lady Hellbender.
Well, she can keep them. So that's what a monster around here looks like?
We are outside Lady Hellbender's sanctuary. Creatures here are not her pets.
You sort of do look like food.
We're gonna be food if we don't climb out of here.
Where the flark is she going?
What the flark? That don't sound like no jelly thing.
They say that Lady Hellbender's call echoes throughout the planet.
That don't sound like no lady either.
I am eager to experience Lady Hellbender's legendary menagerie.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Just further proof that we are not welcome here.
If we turn back every time we ain't wanted, we never go anywhere.
Good point.
Can you get us through here, Gamora?
Whatever it takes to find Hellbender.
Hey, this lady.
Yeah, Gamora.
If we want an audience with her, we will have to start showing some respect.
This, from the guy who calls me Harlot Spawn of Thanos.
An accurate description. We all know which harlot spawn it refers to.
What about her sister Nebula?
I forgot about the blue harlot spawn.
Say the word harlot again, and my knife will...
Gamora's actually adopted, so not even that accurate.
Yeah. Also, not a harlot.
Right. That too.
What's Shatari Tech doing on a backwater mudball like this?
Perhaps Lady Hellbender repelled an invading swarm, and it was among the spoils.
Think these statues are of the monsters on this planet?
They're made of rock.
Thanks, genius. I mean, maybe this is why Hellbender is so hot for monsters. Just another religious nut.
She is not a nut of any kind. She is a conqueror.
Maybe these were from the people she conquered.
Get it out of your system before we get there!
Why are we so sure this is the way?
The statues here didn't walk into place. They were carried.
Carried. By whom? For what purpose?
I thought you were supposed to be the Lady Hellbender expert.
There was nothing in the pamphlet about statues.
No, the statues are not watching us.
Do not be so sure. They say Lady Hellbender has eyes everywhere.
Of course they do.
No way are we almost there. Still got like half a planet to walk across.
Lady Hellbender could cross this jungle in 7 strides.
Sure she could.
Or she would have flown over the mountains.
Oh, she flies now.
She possesses flying creatures.
Where do you even get this stuff?
Drax, some of your Lady Hellbender tidbits are questionable.
You could say that again.
More or less questionable than your flying skills, Peter Quill.
He's got you there.
No way are we almost there. Still got like half a planet to walk across.
Lady Hellbender could cross this jungle in 7 strides.
Sure she could.
Or she would have flown over the mountains.
Oh, she flies now.
She possesses flying creatures.
Where do you even get this stuff?
I heard she shoots lasers out of her eyes.
Now we're talking.
I have not heard that one.
I heard there are actually 9 of her. That's why they call it Seknarf 9.
Ha! That is preposterous.
That one's preposterous.
Drax, wanna clear a path?
Only if you admit that every one of my Lady Hellbender stories is true.
So that's a no. Okay, Drax, try to jump real high and grab onto the reactor. Maybe your weight can bring it down.
If Lady Hellbender's winds have not torn that reactor free by now, my strength will accomplish nothing.
Maybe this Hell Lady is some old war hero and she can get Nova off our backs.
I wouldn't bring up the war.
How come?
Those of us who took part are not eager to relive its memories.
That.
Maybe this Hell Lady is some old war hero and she can get Nova off our backs.
I wouldn't bring up the war.
How come?
Those of us who took part are not eager to relive its memories.
That.
There it is! Lady Hellbender's fortress!
It's gotten bigger, that's for sure.
Ha! It is not getting bigger. We are getting closer.
Thanks, Drax.
Quill, you gotta see this ship!
Behold Lady Hellbender's wrath. Even the Chitauri feared her.
They didn't fear many back then.
Gamora, can you clear us a path through that junk?
Sure.
Yes, Peter Quill! Onward to the palace of the great giantess!
Oh, so she's a giantess now.
It is said that Lady Hellbender stands 50 heads tall.
Doesn't tell you much. Depends whose head. Ever met a Regalian?
Yes! Their heads are ridiculous!
Shouldn't we at least have a leash for our monster? There's usually some acting involved in this kind of infiltration.
Lady Hellbender is an astute buyer. Either she will want what we are selling, or she will not.
I'm with Gamora on this one. Looking the part is half the battle.
In many ways, this planet reminds me of my home world.
That bad, huh?
Katath is not a place for the weak. Where punishing weather and lethal predators force every Katathian to fight for survival.
That's why you respect Lady Hellbender so much. She survived a place like this.
And conquered it.
Do we know anything about Lady Hellbender's demeanor?
It is said that
Anyone but Drax?
I just heard that she's fair but terrifying. Make of that what you will.
It suggests we have some room to haggle. Unless she decides to kill us. I wonder if there's a common monster hunter uniform. Like, are they organized, or maybe even just a style?
Who would adorn themselves with the fangs and teeth of their prey.
Yeah, I'm not pulling that off. Although I do like skulls.
Their garments would be full of holes, shredded by the beasts that they hunt.
Quill has that one covered already.
That is not a happy monster!
Well, at least it left.
Back to its broodmother, Lady Hellbender.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Why would Lady Hellbender cage this creature?
'Cause it's annoying as scud.
Perhaps it is food.
That thing's food?
Yes, monster food.
I wonder what it tastes like.
So who's next in line for the throne if Lady Hellbender has an accident?
Perhaps she is immortal.
Nobody's immortal. Not even death herself.
Can't believe you just said that with a straight face. So, what do we do if all don't go well with Lady A? We gonna fight a monster queen?
It would be a formidable adversary indeed.
Lady Hellbender isn't her adversary. If all goes well, she's gonna be our business partner.
It's gonna go fine, right, Groot?
Yeah, you being Groot is exactly the problem. Ugh, Seknarf ain't never heard of roads?
You'd have to clear parts of the jungle to do it, which would probably mean killing some of the wildlife.
Good. They deserve it.
Seknarf 9 is a sanctuary. They say that if you leave behind a single piece of refuse, Lady Hellbender will personally return it to you. In the most unpleasant way.
That can't be true.
Drax, we're doing this just like we planned on the Milano.
You are being stubborn. Clearly the rodent is
I
the
am
one
not
that...
being stubborn, I just refuse to change my mind. Because it's the right decision.
Hey, lovebirds, let's go. Bridge ain't gonna cross itself.
I hope Lady Hellbender is as gullible as you expect she is.
Huh?
We have arrived at the Monster Queen's fortress.
At its entrance, anyway.
It's gonna go great. We got a killer monster and a solid plan.
The tree is no killer. We should be selling the angry rodent. Lady Hellbender will be displeased.
What? I'm supposed to be scared just because she's got hell in her name? She runs a glorified zoo.
Speak.
Hey there, I'm Star-Lord. Okay.
Drax the Destroyer. The undoing of the Mad Titan in the flesh. And such flesh. Your presence honors me.
You are much smaller than I expected.
Oh? And what were you expecting? Perhaps I can do something about it.
Unlikely.
We'll see, Destroyer. I can be quite forceful.
Peter Quill. I believe she is flirting with me.
Just play along, man. Flatter her or something. You got this.
It's for the best. Your negotiation skills are terrible. Lady Hellbender, I can see by the size of your weapon that you must be a skillful warrior.
Perhaps I can give you a demonstration sometime.
You would make an acceptable opponent.
Tell me, Destroyer, what brings you to Seknarf 9?
Peter Quill, show her the creature.
A Flora Colossus. I thought your kind had been wiped out. Name your terms, Destroyer.
20,000 units.
20,000?
The creature is not monstrous like the creepy little beast. But it is a capable warrior and it possesses regenerative qualities. Also, it is the last of its species. 20,000 units is sufficient compensation.
No.
No! What do you mean, no?
I mean, no.
Well, then you're an idiot, lady. Groot, he's the best monster you could buy. Either you pay us what he's worth, or...
Hey there, hi, Star-Lord. Again, the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Drax was just messing with you. 10,000 units would be more than enough.
The amount I demanded was not a mistake.
Don't you think 10,000 is a more reasonable amount, Drax?
I do not.
He is just kidding. 10,000 units and we'll throw in a coupon.
Enough! If I wished to hear curs whine, I'd visit the feeding pens. 9,000 units for the Flora Colossus Destroyer.
9,537. For the cage.
Deal.
Gotta say, this is not what I had in mind when you pitched this whole hero for hire thing.
Maybe Hellbender will give you a job.
I'm not the one she was interested in.
She's right. We should have just sold Drax.
That's not what I said.
Come on, you were thinking it. She was practically begging for a night with the big galoot.
Maybe next time we're in a bind, we can auction off a date with Drax.
Catathians do not date. They perform feats of virility and are judged worthy, or not.
That how you ended up with your wife?
Vlad was the most proficient killer in our village. Her affections were sought after more than most.
Sounds like my kind of woman.
The Seknarfian night air is refreshing.
Smells like eggs.
Burnt hair.
Indeed.
Of course she can't just have a normal friggin' ground-level chair.
It is intended to inspire fear in her adversaries.
It's a crime of efficiency is what it is.
Doesn't look too comfortable either. I think you just triggered Lady H's mood lighting.
Nonsense. Her mood is measured by the intensity of the storms outside.
Well, maybe stop making me power the wrong things.
prefer these halls when they are not cluttered by drunken louts.
Yeah, they really take R&R to the next level.
You're surprised?
Nope, just jealous.
It is shameful that Lady Hellbender's minions are so easily inebriated.
Hey, our so-called leader is the biggest lightweight of all.
I am not a lightweight.
Oh yeah? Remember that time at the Iron Lotus?
No.
I rest my case.
I was expecting more creatures than this.
Did you not see the skylight? It looks like there's tons more floors like this below us.
I am familiar with some of these creatures. Not as rare as I would have expected for Lady Hellbender's collection.
Never meet your heroes, Drax.